Compass is AutoNation's proprietary customer relationship management tool, or CRM for short. This is one of 3 online training modules that will be developed as an introduction to Compass. Once all modules are deployed, you will be able to return to any of them in any order and navigate through all 3 in a flow that makes sense to you. By the end of viewing this first of 3 online training modules, the objective is for you to be able to explain why Compass is important, illustrate how to access and navigate Compass, demonstrate how to add a customer prospect, recall how to search for a customer prospect, discuss how to manage your daily planner, and show how to schedule a follow-up. You may watch any video and return to complete the others as needed. To be successful selling cars for AutoNation, you will need to become proficient with your sales processes and systems. All successful sales associates master Compass. When you become an expert in Compass, you will sell more cars by maximizing contact with customers, effectively managing your day, and increasing your productivity. This applies to all channels of business: showroom, phone, and e-commerce. Compass is our official record of customer contact, so it's essential that you record any contact with customers in the tool. At some point in your sales day, you will have too many customers to track in your head. Take advantage of this robust sales tool and put everything you do in Compass. It will help you when a question arises about that car you sold to that particular customer 2 months down the road. So remember, if it's not in Compass, it didn't happen. This training module will be broken into small videos that demonstrate the features and functions of Compass that you must master, as outlined in the learning objectives. View each video and hop back and forth to review those sections as needed. Let's get started. The first video snapshot will show you how to access and navigate Compass. To access Compass, start by going to Dealer Central. In the internal web application section, click the View More link. Find Compass in the list and click the star next to it to save it to your favorites. Close the View More window and either select Compass from Favorites at the top left or from the internal web application section, click Compass to start the application. So let's illustrate how to access and navigate Compass. As you can see, when Compass opens, you are at the home page. Your CRM was developed by our internal IT team. It is designed specifically for use by AutoNation sales associates and sales managers to help you succeed. This page is primarily used by the development team to update you about enhancement and bug fixes. Don't just fly by this page when you open it each morning. Check to see if there are any important updates that affect how you use the tool, such as this information you see here about new releases. The top black area will remain present and unchanging as you navigate through Compass. In the top left is a welcome message with your name. If your name does not appear when you are logged in, you will know that you are logged into someone else's account. Log out and log in as yourself. In the center of the black bar, you will see the store you are assigned to. If you do not see the store listed, see your manager right away to have it corrected. As a frontline sales associate, this will not change unless you are changing stores during your career. General managers, trainers, and members of your marketing team are able to see more than just one store at a time. But for you, this should stay the same for the time you are assigned to your store. To the right, there is a gold bar that says, "Try the new Compass Beta." Our team is always working to make Compass better and to help you sell more cars. This link is there so you can see what the team is up to, but unless you are directed otherwise, you will continue to operate in what is referred to as Compass 9. The beta version continues to be tested, and you will be kept informed of new releases as they are available. The quick search field will be discussed in more detail a bit later. The refresh button is very important. Compass does not auto-refresh after you make a change or entry. The information is retained, but you are asked to refresh Compass by clicking this button to ensure your screens are displayed with the most current information. The Settings button is where you set up your signature block in Compass. If you have not yet done so, make sure you ask your manager to assist you with this when you are back at your computer or you are on the floor with your team. At a minimum, you should have your full professional name, your title, such as sales consultant, your store phone number, and your cell number if you choose to use that. Do not use salesy type names like Top Gun or Closer. Only use your real name. This pop-up window also shows you the various access levels you have. Do not make changes to these elements. They are set by your job code and request by your manager for further access based on your role in the store. After making changes to your signature block and contact information, please remember to press Save at the bottom center of the page. Lastly, here at the top of the page is your primary navigation bar with 5 tabs: Home, Prospects, Reports, Tools, and Admin. For the purposes of this training, we will focus purely on the Prospects tab moving forward. The other tabs are covered in Manager Universities and more advanced manager training. So let's click on the Prospects tab and view the sub-tabs below it. First of all, for this training module, we will show you how to use the features and functions in only 3 of these tabs: Planner, Search, and Add Prospects. You'll be introduced to a few others in subsequent Compass training modules. So let's get started with one of the most basic functions you will perform in Compass, and that's adding a prospect. Now we're going to demonstrate how to add a prospect. When you are at the home page of Compass, you will start everything from the Prospects tab. When you click on the Prospects tab, you will see an assortment of sub-tabs below it: Planner, Search, and all the way to the right is Add Prospects sub-tab. Click on the Add Prospects sub-tab to open the page to enter information. This page allows you to enter the lead information into the fields, including buyer name, buyer contact info, salesperson, and type of lead. You can even enter requested vehicle, trade-in, appointment, or follow-up information. Please note, all areas with red asterisks must be included, otherwise the lead can't be saved. Enter as much information as you can, such as the vehicle they are looking for, any trade-in they might have, if they are willing to set up an appointment, or especially the type of follow-up you will do with this prospect. This will help you to not only identify the prospect, but helps to increase the service to the customer and ensures an excellent buying experience for the customer. Enter the date and time the prospect first contacted you, either by phone, walk-in, or some other way. Like maybe they are your neighbor, or they asked you about replacing their existing car. Anytime someone requests information about buying a car, they are a prospect. Select the date, if other than the current date, which is entered by default, and select the time. If the time is right now, you can click the Shift and the plus keys together, and the system will enter the current time for you. Once you have entered all the customer details, click the Search button to have the system determine if the prospect already exists or not. If the lead is in Compass and in process, and a match is over 75 to 80%, check with the sales associate attached to the prospect to ensure that your lead hasn't been duplicated. If it is duplicated, an alert will show up on the original associate's planner as well as the manager's planner. This will avoid accidentally taking a prospect away from your fellow sales associate. By entering as much information as possible, your odds of entering a prospect that already exists is greatly reduced. When you are satisfied that the prospect is new and genuine, click Save and Continue to add them to your list of candidates. Also, a good practice is to try to include 2 phone numbers and an email address whenever available, and selecting one as mobile to ensure the prospect is reachable. Another way to add a prospect is with the Quick Swipe menu. This mainly is used when a prospect comes into the showroom, and it allows you to be able to quickly and easily add them to Compass, and has all the same functionality of the Add Prospect function. If the customer didn't have a vehicle in mind, You can quickly and easily update the prospect information with the requested vehicle or any trade-in vehicle they may have. Always update the contact with the vehicle information as soon as it's known. When you are in the prospect's detail page, which you can access when you click on the prospect's name, you will see there is a requested field and an Add Vehicle link. Click the Add Vehicle link from the lead header to enter the vehicle information. If they are unsure the exact model they would like, you can go into the inventory and help the customer select the vehicle they are most interested in. Use the good, better, best sales philosophy to discover their key wants and needs to locate the most appropriate vehicle. If the customer has more than one vehicle of interest, you can also click Add Requested at the top right of the vehicle section when in the lead detail page. This will insert another vehicle if one has already been added. If you selected the vehicle requested link in the lead header after the vehicle has been associated with the prospect, you will replace the existing vehicle with a new vehicle. Either way, you will open the Request Vehicle page where you can enter the vehicle information, including stock number, if available. You will be able to search for the stock number by selecting the search icon. Select the vehicle from the list and then click OK. If entering trades, click on Add Trade from the lead header or select Add Trade-in from the vehicle section in the lead detail. You will enter the trade-in vehicle information in these fields. Enter as much detail as possible. You can also search the entire AutoNation vehicle inventory by clicking the Vehicle Locator Service, or VLS for short. You can also go to Dealer Central to open the VLS. The store/market should already be set by default, but if it isn't, make sure you select the store/market you want to search. You can narrow your search by selecting the fields such as new, used, or both, year, make, vehicle type, model, and trim, vehicle status, whether it's in stock, in transit, hold, wholesale, or reserved, or the selling price. To narrow the search even further, you can also search for a specific stock number or VIN. When you enter the information you wish to include, click Search. If there are cars in the inventory, you will see them in the list of vehicles that match the search criteria. If there are too many results, you can filter the results page even further. You can expand each vehicle result by clicking on the Expand button in the far left column. The search results have links which provide additional information such as pictures, pricing, rebates, options, etc. Note, if the vehicle the customer wants isn't available in inventory at the time the search is conducted, you can use the BOLO, or Be on the Lookout, menu option in the left-hand navigation bar. This feature will send you an alert when the vehicle becomes available, and then you can contact the customer. So now, let's see how to search for a prospect. There are two ways to search Compass. You can either search with the main search function located on the Prospects tab, or you can use the Quick Search field located in the upper right corner of the main page. You can search to find a customer or a group of customers using various search criteria. You can use the Quick Search field to search for customer's name, stock number, deal number, lead number, email address, and even a 10-digit phone number. Place an S# in front of the number in the Quick Search field to tell the software that you are searching by stock number. Similarly, you can place a D# in front of the number to tell the software that you are searching by deal number. If you remember the first name of the customer, but not the last name, you can still search by placing an asterisk after the name to conduct a search without a last name. Click on the down arrow to show a list of the last 10 searches in the drop-down list. This shows the Compass ID number, the search criteria, date, and time the search was conducted. You can perform a more advanced search with more search criteria than the Quick Search. Go to the Prospects tab and the Search submenu. You will see various fields that allow for a much more extensive search, such as the type of vehicle requested, region, and dealership. And you still enter all the same information that accepted the quick search, such as deal number or stock number. You can even search by the lead number, which is assigned to every lead entered into Compass. For some of the fields, you can hover over and there will be an explanation of how to use the field. For example, you can hover over the date field and the system tells you to press the plus or the minus to increment or decrement the date. By double-clicking on the date field, the graphic calendar will open. You can also save or delete a search that you want to conduct repeatedly. By default, the search page opens with a blank or new search. Select the drop-down menu for any saved searches, or enter the parameters you would like to search, and then select Save or Save As to enter the name you would like to call the search. When you have selected a search that has been saved that you would like to run, and just as in any other search, you'll click the search button to activate it. The Reset button allows you to clear all criteria from the page and start with a fresh page. When you have entered your search criteria, the results will be shown in the listings page. You can select a name to view the details of the customer, or select the row for the specific customer. You can also then return to the list by selecting Listings tab again. When you select a prospect, the left navigation bar will enable options such as make a call, send email, schedule appointment, record contact, or record a store visit. When you select a prospect, the information detail will be displayed in the Detail submenu. The Detail page shows the history of all the contacts made to the customer and the information associated with that lead. You can view the age of the task, the number of the outbound contacts made, the type of contact method, and any notes that have been saved. You can select the prospect anywhere where there isn't a link to expand the row for additional details. Prospects are grouped by task and are labeled, such as appointments, notifications, or phone calls. Any prospect name that is red are overdue tasks and should be addressed as soon as possible. You can left-click on the column header to sort the column, and you can right-click on the column header to group it. When a prospect is selected, the left navigation bar will enable options, such as schedule task, make a call, send email, schedule appointment, record a contact, or record a store visit, which we will discuss in further detail in a later video. Note, as a best practice, you should always schedule a follow-up task after initial contact. Create that next thing that you want to do in order to contact a customer and target sell them into their next car. Remember, if it isn't in Compass, it didn't happen. Let's discuss how to manage your daily planner. The planner organizes all the tasks that have been assigned to the sales associate, much like a personal assistant on your phone. You should review all tasks daily. Start reviewing your tasks by selecting Planner from the Prospects menu. The top section of the Planner page is where you filter the data that appears in the planner, and you use this area to enter the date range you want to list. It defaults to the last 10 days, but you can select your own date range. You can select type, such as appointments, which lists all the appointments that you have for the selected date range. Or you can filter by status, such as all, completed, or scheduled. Just below the search criteria is the snapshot that gives the overall status of all your tasks. You can easily view the total items, to-dos, and overdue appointments. Be mindful of any tasks that are coming due or have become overdue so you can address them as quickly as possible. As a best practice, you should try to not have any overdue tasks. Review at least daily, but it should be a consistent habit to frequently view upcoming tasks. Let's see how to schedule a follow-up. In Compass, scheduling a task and scheduling a follow-up is interchangeable. You always want to follow up a task with another task. As a sales associate, you are responsible for scheduling your own task. If you enter a customer in Compass or you make contact with an e-lead, Compass is your personal assistant that reminds you to complete the task. The process of selecting which task and when to follow up is very easy. On the lead details page for the selected customer, select Schedule Task in the left navigation pane under the Lead Task section. Compass automatically applies the user who clicks on Schedule Task as to whom will complete the task. But if you are assigning a task to another associate or manager, first make sure you have already notified them, and then select them from Who Should Do the Follow-Up section. By default, Compass selects phone as the type of task used to follow up, unless there is no number assigned to the lead. But this can be changed to email, letter, other, or an automatic email. To select which phone script or email template to use, select the drop-down in the Form section. If you aren't sure what a specific email or script says, select it and click the adjacent View button. It will give you a preview with placeholders, like customer name or dealership, or sender's signature block in place of actual data. Once you have the form selected, select the date and time you want this task completed. By default, the date is set to the current day and the time is blank. To enter the current time, press the Shift and the plus keys to autofill the time. If you do not put a time, the task will pop up at midnight that day. If you wish to complete the task immediately, click the checkbox next to Follow Up Now. In the Follow Up Notes section, write a brief comment to remind you or the person completing the task of what the call is about. This is especially important for scheduling tasks far in the future. Some examples can be, was on 11-day cruise to the Caribbean, lease is expiring next month, keep yourself in the back of their mind, new model years are coming out now, are they ready, etc. Before finalizing the creation of the task, you have the ability to change the priority. Changing this will modify the number of exclamation points to the left of the task when it appears in the planner. The amount is between 0 and 3 exclamation points. Selecting Save will finalize the creation and close the screen. Keep in mind, if the lead is not on a pre-scheduled follow-up plan, you will need to create all your own tasks. If not, Compass will schedule a generic task every 4 hours there is no task assigned. Once you have scheduled a task, depending on which type of task has been assigned, there are a few different ways you can complete them. To keep things simple, let's discuss one. Completing a task through the Lead Details page. Within the Lead Details page, with a task you want to complete, scroll about halfway down the page until you find the Follow-Up section. This section will list all the past due and future tasks you need to do or will need to do. Notice the status column has past due or future as hyperlinks. Clicking on these will open the corresponding task to be completed. Now that you've seen how to access Compass, go into Compass and add a prospect, and if you already have a prospect, update the information so that it reflects the information for that prospect. In these 3 video training modules, you were shown why Compass is important, how to access and navigate Compass, how to add a customer contact as well as search for a customer contact. You were also shown how to manage your daily planner as well as how to schedule a follow-up.